What is up, y'all? This is Runturd. We are back, baby. We are back with another video. And recently, I made a video on the whole Chrisean Rock and Blueface's baby incident. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check that one out so that you can be up to date on the lore, so to speak. Also, you'd be helping my selfish ass out because I need exposure. So, but we highlighted some of the instances of poor parenting in that video, some of my thoughts regarding the situation. In the video, I sort of half clowned her and half gave her the benefit of the doubt. You know, she talked about how, like, yo, you know, people make mistakes and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's true, as long as she gets better, right? Well, new developments have come out, and the situation is actually much worse than we thought, both at the extent of Chrisean Rock and Blueface's actions here. So let's go ahead and hop into those new developments. So according to an article I found on the topic, rapper Blueface is experiencing the internet's wrath after posting images of his son's genitals on Twitter. Yeah, the father of Chrisean Rock's son took to the social media networking site and claimed that his baby was suffering from a hernia. He also accused his on and off girlfriend of pushing her son's surgery. Meanwhile, netizens have expressed disgust over the rapper's internet activity. On Sunday, September 24th, 2023, Blueface took to Twitter and uploaded an image on his infant's privates. He also wrote in a tweet. In another tweet, Blueface, whose real name is Jonathan Jamal Porter, accused Chrisean Rock of being a, quote, bad mother. He also claimed that the reality star was pushing the surgery back, missing the appointments, so she can do what she wants. God, do I hate baby mama drama, man. Like, that shit is just so annoying, but at the same time, it gives me free YouTube content, so it's a double-edged sword, so to speak. But let's start with what, in my opinion, is the most important issue here. To be very clear, to preface everything, both are super appalling and disgusting. Both Chrisean Rock and Blueface's actions here. But let's first talk about the mother. So what I don't understand is, I don't understand how you can be so selfish to the point where your own child, who you quite literally had inside of you for 9 months, and then birthed, right? So you obviously have a very, very strong connection with this child that the father doesn't, right? I'm a firm believer that motherly instincts are something that just, quite frankly, are a gift to women. Men can never possess the love that mothers have for their child, and it's because of everything they go through and a lot more. But that's a totally different point. My point is, how can you go through that, birth this child, and then stand idly because you ain't in the mood? Like, nah, if you as a parent contribute to the suffering of your child in any sense, you're a piece of shit. That's not up for debate. And it's kind of funny too, I touched upon this briefly in my last video, not even targeting her specifically. So I was very vague with this, because at the time I had no idea this is what was taking place, but I referenced mothers in general who have kids and then end up spending most of their nights at the club getting drunk as shit and hooking up with other guys, only to come home at the early hours of the morning, if they even do at all. And this is something that I just don't understand. Like, go spend time with your child, like, be a part of its life, raise it, you know, make sure it's okay. And honestly, I've seen this type of thing in real life, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. It's just unfathomable. Like, I understand you have the right to, you know, live your life the way you choose, and you want to have a social life and whatnot outside of raising a child, but once you bring a child into the world and it's like in its infantile stage where it can't take care of itself, your social life is over. Like, get back home, raise the child. But that, I'm rambling here. Now, what I'm trying to say is, now, lo and behold, she's doing the same exact thing, man. And I just want to say, can I call him or what? And if all of that on the surface isn't enough to illustrate the severity of this situation, let me just let you know that I did a little bit of research about hernias, you know, what they are, some of the effects experienced, and so let's briefly discuss that. So, very, very simply put, a hernia is the bulging of any organ through an unnatural opening. So it's your shit's popping out essentially through an unwanted hole, right? And the results are severe pain, nausea, vomiting, and the inability to have bowel movements or pass gas. So first and foremost here, you know, keep in mind that babies have organs that are either barely developed or still haven't even developed fully at this point yet. and now it's just protruding out. So one, I can't imagine that's good for the ongoing development of the child, and two, I can't imagine the pain that this child is experiencing. And then on top of that, you've got nausea and vomiting added onto the pile as well. So keep in mind as well that infants don't have the restraint and self-control that adults do, right? You know, any parent, I'm sure, knows that little kids, they have to piss and shit all the time. And you can't just put that shit on standby. So naturally, when they try to go and they can't, it's more than likely causing ongoing additional damage. And then if this is left untreated, it could just get absolutely insane here. And so, again, Chrisean, what the fuck is she doing, man? She's a real piece of garbage, man. Alright, now let's talk about the father here. So, he uploaded a video to Twitter basically showcasing his son's dick and balls, and I'm not going to post that or put it up on screen for obvious reasons, right? You're really honestly just gonna have to take my word for this one. But I mean, just jumping right into it, man, I mean, how can you do that? Like, with a sober mind, how can you think that's a good idea to put your child's privates on the internet for quite literally millions and millions of people to see? Like, this is just gonna come back to bite the son in the ass, you know, years on down the road. Like, imagine the bullying opportunities, unfortunately. And that's just gross, because you know weirdos on Twitter are going fucking crazy over that shit. And so I think that's just really brain dead to do that. I don't understand what would even prompt him to do that. And his response today is wild. So he tried to say that his phone was hacked, and I'm just going to come out and say that's bullshit. And the reason why I think that is very simple. His mom came to his defense on Instagram, right? So my first thought is, if he had actually gotten hacked, the mom would probably know about that. She wouldn't be coming to her son's defense for something he didn't actually do, right? So I'm thinking this dude's kind of an idiot trying to cover up his fuck up. And his mom's defense, though, itself was very interesting. She deemed it as a cry for help and told the internet to stop being weird. But I'm just gonna be honest. You know what? You know what, Mama Blueface? You're absolutely right. Because if there was ever a medical crisis, either in my own life or in the lives of those I care about, you know the first place I'm going to for answers? That's right, you fucking nailed it. I'm going to Twitter.com, baby. Woo! Fuck your doctorate, bro. Pay no mind to the professionals that quite literally solve such issues for a living. Let's ask the wide variety of, we'll call them individuals on Twitter. You know, take your pick. We got the pedophiles, the politic extremists, and even the brain-dead keyboard warriors as well. Let's ask for their 2 cents. You know, surely you'll find the answers you're looking for. So real quick, let's recap, shall we? Chrisean Rock is a terrible mother. You know, you would think that her motherly instincts would kick in here and she would know better to treat the issue directly as opposed to going out and partying, drinking, smoking weed, or whatever the fuck it is she's doing that she deems more important than her own flesh and blood child. And then Blueface, on the other hand, is exposing his child's dick and balls on the internet for people to see, instead of, again, taking action and addressing the issue by taking the kid to a doctor. So what have we learned here today? Yeah, Chrisean Rock and Blueface are terrible parents. Mother isn't really that much better too, trying to defend her idiot son. And I guess just the whole family in general is just really, really fucked up. And I'm surprised that Child Protective Services or something hasn't scooped that child yet, because I'm gonna be real, man, that needs to happen sooner rather than later. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, rating, subscribe to the channel for more commentaries just like this. Leave a thought down below. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say about this. And until next time, guys, this is Runter, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.